year when I was a senior, I'd come out to Anaheim Stadium, and in the old days they had the mounds down the line for the pitchers who were starting for the game that night. So you could kind of, where our tarp is right now, sort of rolled up, they had a mound there. They had a rubber, and they had home plate. So I remember when we're going down into the front row about 15 minutes before the game started on the left field line, and I got like 2 or 3 feet away from Jim McLaughlin. And he was a young pitcher, he was about 27, 28 years old. He had won, I think, like 17 or 18 or 19 games the year before. And I was really close to him, and I was watching him throw, and I'd lean over, and I'd see the ball break, and I'd see it come back. And that was the first time by watching him and thought, okay, this guy won like 18 games in the big leagues, and I was watching his stuff, and I said, you know, I can hit this guy.
Really?
Yeah. And I really felt right then, it was my senior year, it was like April and May of my senior year, I said, you know what, I can hit that guy. That really inspired me, and I went back all fired up and got drafted about 2 months later.
Wow, that's a great story. DougDecinces, the same question for you. And how old were you when you said to yourself, wait a minute, I think I have a shot at this?
Well, interesting story. I was in the car with my dad, and I was listening to Vince Scully, and the Dodgers were playing the Cardinals. And Vince Scully was talking about Dal Maxfield, the shortstop, during the off season, that he worked with a construction engineering company just to support himself. And my dad was a general contractor in the San Fernando Valley. And he was driving, and I turned to my dad and I said, Dad, that's what I'm going to be when I grow up. And he goes, what's that? And he goes, well, I'm going to be a professional baseball player, and I'm going to work for you during the off season.
Look at that.
And the next time that really came up between us is in 1979. I'm driving him to the first World Series game in Baltimore. And he says, do you ever recall telling me what you were going to do? And I said, oh, you mean when I told you I was going to be a ball player and work for you? And he goes, yeah, how'd you know I was going to say that? I said, well, I've never forgotten that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
What a great story from DougDecinces.